71st members held him, while a third member repeatedly pushed a 1 foot long zombie killer knife.
What is that? What is that? She say it be hurting, hit her cervix, I'm damaging. Had her on her back, I made her tap like she's a...
2 of the members ran to a nearby hospital, but while hospital staff was treating the 2 members, they also called police to the hospital to investigate the situation. Once the 2 realized the police was called, they didn't even care about their treatment anymore, and attempted to run out of the hospital while still having bullet wounds lodged in them. But the police ended up...
They are really down for the cause because of the simple fact, like, you got shot. Imagine you you got shot, right? You in the hospital. I've been hit. They say they calling the police. Hey, yo, fam, and they run out with a bullet wound in the arm. So how did they even get the bullet wound out? How?
Detaining them and arresting them after a struggle between the both. The reason they wanted to run was because all 3 members are actually wanted for suspicion of grievous bodily harm, which all 3 were eventually arrested for. Now, of course, 51st weren't happy about this.
Right, so you wouldn't want to go to the hospital. Let me pause it right there. Oh, dude, he would just... How do you even... he was smoking through the mask. How do you even do that? Like, I don't know. It's like some of these drill rappers are not even really human just because of the simple fact, like, how can you get a pull through a mask that's thick?
Back in blood. So they went lurking on the Aga Grove estate and shot a rival in the face with a shotgun. The rival actually managed to survive and make his own way back to hospital. But this
shot him in the face with a shotgun?
Wasn't even linked to both of the gangs. So on February 2017, a 16-year-old girl had an Airbnb party in Kensington, West London. You know those type of parties where a girl invites 7 different types of gangs and asks people to leave their beef at home? Yeah, one of those. So at this party, there were people from all over London there. But a few uninvited guests tried to pull up to the party. One of these people being the boy from 51st called Dotty and his friend, who pulled up to the party with a gun and knife looking for trouble. But the night turned left for Dotty and his friend, and ended up with Dotty being chased down by 20 young boys.
20 of them? Wait, okay, what I'm not understanding, if he had the gun and the knife, why didn't he shoot back? Why didn't he just shoot at him? But he got a gun and a knife?
It's caught up to him. They stabbed him 13 times.
Look how many people is running after him. Hey, yo, fam!
16-year-old boys from Hackney and Tottenham were sentenced.
They running. Hey, yo, fam!
51st were mad about this situation, obviously, that their member Dotty was just stabbed to death. So they were out trying to get revenge. So they went out for revenge in a stolen BMW and travelled all the way from Camden in northwest London to Hackney in East London and then to Tottenham in North London, because that's where the people who killed Dotty were from. But they ended up finding no one from both areas. But they weren't trying to go home without spilling some blood first. So 51st went all the way back to Camden to look for 71st members and found an affiliate member of 71st called AK and killed him. But they weren't done there. They were riding for a whole nother 2 hours looking for more 71st members and found...
This drill lasted 2 hours? Bro, you driving 2 hours to chef somebody. Bro, what? 2 hours?
The 71st member called Mitch's little brother. Mitch's little brother attempted to run into a cab and begged the driver to drive him to safety, but the driver refused to move, and he was dragged out of the cab and stabbed to death by 51st members, all within 2 hours of their first murder they committed that night, and 6 members were sentenced to life for these murders. Then on September 4th, 2017, a member from 51st called Flips and the older brother of the second boy who died that night called Mitch bumped into each other on Hampstead Road in Camden and started getting into a little altercation, which ended with Flips stabbing Mitch in his arm, neck and back, leaving the knife lodged into Mitch's bones and murdering him. An undercover policeman just happened to witness this whole situation and ran down Flips and arrested him. And now Flips is serving 17 years to life.
Why's he smiling while he getting arrested? What's funny about that? You going to jail.
And members from all sides started to get taken down for conspiracies, firearms and drug charges. And the beef started to die down a bit. But then 2019 hit.
I'ma pause that. That's terrifying. That's terrifying. Can y'all imagine going through this complex? Just imagine if you coming from the store, you coming from school, you coming from wherever, you coming from your sneaky link house. Imagine you come around that corner and you see them. What y'all gonna do? And you already know what I'm about to say. What if they say, hey, yo, fam? What you gonna do? And be honest. Drop it in the comments. Let me know what you do honestly. I know a lot of people say, oh, I'm running to him, I ran. No, I'm running away. Look at them. They just look sneaky. They look like they ready for trouble, guys. This guy has on a bleached parka.
A lot of the members that were locked up
probably
started
got
to come
blood
out,
on
and
it. That's
taking
why
into
you had to
consideration
bleach it,
that
because there's
51st
blood on
members
it. You
just
can't even
before
see his
everyone started
face.
going to prison and killed 3 71st members. 71st members started coming out of prison on some demon time, and were most definitely looking for revenge with no warnings. The first signs that 71st was really back was on a cold Tuesday in February. 1 AM in the morning, a 51st member called Gxng was walking past the Sainsbury's in Camden when a 4x4 crashed into him, and several 71st members jumped out on him like a pack of wolves, stabbing him repeatedly in his head and body, leaving him
in his head
and not being able to walk. But that wasn't enough for 71st members. They wanted someone dead for their friends. So on April
That's
1st,
enough. That's enough. That's enough. I feel like they proved their point already. You ride in 2 hours. At this point, it's just overkill. It's just overkill at this point.
2019, a suspected member of 51st called C. Miz and his cousin were walking down Grafton Road in Gospel Oak, Camden, when 4 71st members jumped out a stolen black car and started chasing them. C. Miz and his cousin split up, but unfortunately the men who jumped out the car locked onto C. Miz, and C. Miz ended up dropping to the ground when the 71st members started to stab him repeatedly with machetes and then run from the scene. After this murder, 71st members made a song called Congo, and the reason why they called it Congo is because C. Miz was actually a refugee from Congo after him and his family fled the war from over there. And members repeatedly in their songs say that they get their weed from Congo, not Cali, pretty much just trying to say that they're smoking on C. Miz. And as I said before, the majority of these 71st members are Somalian. So after all this, there was news going about in Camden that 51st members were out on the lurk, and any Somalian they see, they're killing.
Did he just pour some Henny on his mans? I think he just poured some Henny all on his tracksuit. I think he did. He poured some Hennessy on his tracksuit, or he poured some Bel Air on his tracksuit. Now it's going to be sticky.
Strong intelligence that there is going to be revenge for Calvin's killing, and his friends have literally said they are going to go out and kill any Somali in retaliation. So I just want to make that really clear. This is from a young Somali woman in Camden who's 24 years old, and basically we strongly suspect they're going to go out tonight and kill a Somali.
So she's snitching.
Which is probably a bit of a stretch.
She giving up a lead.
71st members kept saying that they're warring with Jaliers, which is basically the Somalian word for West African people. Because you have to remember, despite Somalians being dark-skinned and African, a lot of Somalians don't really see themselves the same as other black people. So this was kind of turning into a race war between Somalian and black people in Camden.
And
we
just pouring Hennessy all over the cameras.
But 71st weren't happy enough with the killing of C. Miz. They wanted to spill more blood. So August 12, 2019, 6 members started circling the estates of 51st members in a stolen Ford Fiesta and a stolen Seat when they spotted 16-year-old culprit and other members coming out of a restaurant around 10:30 PM. Culprit and other members ran to a nearby set of blocks near Euston Road, but 71st members found them later on that night, and 3 members jumped out and chased them down, catching up to the 16-year-old 51st member called Culprit. Culprit was running for his life and literally screaming for help, banging on neighbors' doors to let him in so he could escape his attackers. But when the 71st members caught up to him, 2 71st members held him, while a 3rd member repeatedly pushed a 1-foot-long zombie killer knife.
What is that? What is that? Bruh. It got a curve at the tip of it. Bro. That is ridiculous.
While it was coming out of his back. And when the 71st members were done, the killers were said to be running away after, laughing hysterically, which is what bystanders said. And Culprit, he was just any normal kid from London. He was talented at football.
Bruh.
He even had trials for Southampton Football Club, but started getting
Hold
involved in
on, wait. We gotta talk about that. What is that? The blade swooped up at the tip of it. So when he dig against somebody, it's scooped. Oh my god! And if you pull it, oh, that is gruesome. That is disgusting.
And unfortunately
that's disgusting. Now, let me be running down the alley and let me see that.
51st were now looking for revenge on their recent L's, and there were many stabbings across the month. And early on in September, there was a case of 3 killings in 5 days in Camden. One of these being a man from a completely different area all the way in East London, but unfortunately he was walking at the wrong place at the wrong time. So he was actually walking on Queen's Crescent Estate, which is a hotspot for 51st members, and was shot and killed in a drive-by, being mistaken for a 51st member. Just an hour hour before, another woman was stabbed to death just a few hundred yards from the situation. And 4 days later, a 71st member called Nuts was stabbed to death by a gang of 51st members with machetes outside one of the busiest areas in London, Camden Tube Station. And for the longest, a lot of people didn't even know all this stuff was going on until a 71st member called Suspect started jumping on the drill scene, calling himself the Camden Grim Reaper, and releasing some of the most disrespectful tunes towards his ops. So much that police take down pretty much any song that the gang uploads, which really started to bring some attention to what's happening down there, and definitely got the attention of me. Especially a song from Suspect called Dugout, which is probably one of the most disrespectful songs I've ever heard, and really makes you deep how tapped this whole beef is. In one of his lines, he says,
"Same place we used to play runouts, is the same place his chest got dug out. Same place I was telling you play out, is the same place I'm telling you come out."
Which really makes you think, damn, these guys were close friends at one time, and now they're trying to kill each other. All stemming from a little small altercation.
Wait, okay, how are you smoking through a bandana? Like I said, the drill rappers are not even human. How are you even doing something
guys,
like this?
That's it for today's video, and peace out.
Alright, man, that is the end of the video. I just want to thank you so much for the subscriber that told me to react to that. I just don't understand, like, some of the stuff that the drill rappers be doing. Okay, like smoking through a mask or smoking through a bandana. I'm not pretty much understanding it. I'm just trying to. Are these guys human, bro? It's like drill rappers are like walking Air Force Ones. Okay, but honestly, man, that was interesting to even see like how the beef started, because, man, it's crazy. It's crazy, bro. Wow.